What does a volcano read while passing time in a waiting room? A magazine. Welcome to the stream, my friends. Happy Thursday. Thank you for being here tonight. Welcome back to Jump King, our favorite game. We're going to play probably a lot of Jump King tonight. So I said tonight we're going to do Jump King, and we might do the Wizard of Oz. We'll see if that second game happens. If Jump King goes terribly, I'll switch over because why not? But if I can convince myself to any degree that Jump King is going okay, it could very easily turn into an all Jump King night. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Do they read magazines in the lavatory? Well done, Zergling. Well done, and welcome in. Dead Zergling is first in chat tonight, followed by Chozo Brain and Lucent Jelly. Chozo says, this game upsets me. I was surprised. I was surprised by how much it got to you, Chozo, because you've seen me play it so much. But I guess firsthand, it's a different ball game, right? Or the volcano watches I Lava Lucy. There, finally thought of an alternate. Not everyone is broken like Frownie and can withstand endless torture. Oh my. It doesn't feel like I withstand it very well. It feels like it eats away at me constantly. And I'm just perpetually surprised by how much of me there is. I always think there's nothing left, and somehow I manage to find another piece and carry on. Hey Raven, welcome in. Good luck today, Mr. Frownington. May your jumps be swift, and your falls be even swifter. I don't know if that falls into the category of good luck. I appreciate the sentiment. Thank you for that. Hang on, let me get another look at this falling emote. That's pretty good. bought a new rice cooker today. That's the exciting thing happening in my life. Our old rice cooker is fine. It's just too massive. It's this great big rice cooker. It makes like, I don't know, like 8 or 12 cups of rice. Jelly and I never need that much rice. So I went out and bought a little tiny rice cooker that does, it says it does up to 6 cups of cooked rice, but I think it'll probably only hold 5. But that's fine. 5 cups of rice is way more than I ever need as well. I mean, I could make a lot of rice in advance and then have leftover rice, which is like the way everyone says you're supposed to do like fried rice is with leftover rice, but I never do that. I always just make my rice to purpose. I figured a swift fall means you don't go very, very far. Okay, all right, that's fair enough. I didn't think about that. I definitely need the swift jumps, though. Regardless of the speed of the falls. Up here at the top, I found an area filled with quicksand. If I don't jump swiftly, I don't jump at all. I don't really have very clear memories of how I did at the very start of this game. I know I only played it for a few hours at a time. But our first, I think originally I just played it for 2 nights. I just played it for like 4 hours. And then I took a long break because on night 1, I climbed up to what felt like a good stopping point. I think I made it up to like the 3rd environment in the game. If I'm right, I can picture in my head. I think I made it to a place with a bunch of bookcases is where I stopped. And then on night 2, after playing for a couple hours, I was all the way back down at the very, very bottom next to the old man where you start. And I was like, well, that's pretty perfect. And so I stopped there, and then I didn't play, hey, Budafingers, welcome in. Thank you for the wheel. Do that in just a moment. I didn't play for a long time because I felt like those first 2 streams were just told the perfect story. I had one night with what felt to me like a tremendous amount of success, and then the next night I erased it 100%, so it felt like a good ending. And then I know at the end of night 3, I was down at the bottom at Bedrock again, too. And I don't really remember how it went after that. Is it going to get dicey tonight? I won't hold my breath for that, Budafingers. I'm only going to play Wizard of Oz if I feel that Jump King is going irredeemably calamitous. So if you wait out the whole night, hoping for Wizard of Oz, you may end up disappointed. Just a heads up. Alright, let's spin the wheel. There's a lot of new stuff on the wheel. There's a very high probability I'll have to open a new bottle of something. I think I updated it? I did. There's a couple ghost pepper sauces on the wheel. We've never had one of those on the wheel at all. I don't think. But let's see what happens. If I hype up the new stuff too much, we're guaranteed to land on something old. We landed on something old, but it's everyone's favorite. Candy buttons. Let's go. Uh-oh. What's uh-oh? The ghost pepper? These, if you haven't been here for them before, are cinnamon candy buttons. They're the little blobs of cinnamon and sugar. And, it says they go from hot to really hot to extremely hot, and that's kind of a lie, because basically they taste like not at all hot until the very end. The extremely hot. They live up to their title a bit more than the rest. There's a warning on it. I'll read the long version of the warning, because we haven't read it in a while. It says, consume at your own risk. Keep out of reach of children under the age 13, the elderly, and pets. Do not consume if you are allergic or sensitive to hot and spicy foods, peppers or capsaicin, pregnant, breastfeeding, or have a medical condition for which consumption of an extremely hot food could cause an adverse reaction. Due to the hot nature of this food, it may trigger asthma symptoms. Do not give to persons except with their permission and only after sharing this warning. And I think we've got 1, 2, 3. We've got 3 doses of these left. Alright. So they come on this, like, really long strip of paper. And, you know, there's rows of 3. We have a row at a time, and we've just worked our way all the way up from the bottom to the top here. And we will have 3 more now. Oh my. Oh my. I couldn't even finish getting it out of my teeth before it started to burn. Ah. Oh. It doesn't burn. The thing is, it doesn't burn like a pepper. Ah. Oh, it upsets my stomach too. It's this dull chemical burn. It's very unpleasant. And it just lingers. It sinks into your flesh and lingers. Oh. I got 2 left. I got 2 rows of candy buttons left, and then I'm free forever. Oh. I really wish it didn't upset my stomach so much. So good stuff, you say, Jelly says. The uh-oh is for the ghost pepper, yeah. I don't know if these are going to be... I kind of feel like these ghost pepper sauces are going to be a little more hype than heat. But, we'll see. Not my gumdrop buttons. I feel like somehow missing Wizard of Oz can't be disappointing, even if you were looking forward to it, Buddha says. Would you say the chemical burn presses all your candy buttons? You might say that. You might say that. Alright, let's get my head out of the way. I'm going to be feeling these for a long time. It just feels like after I eat those, it's like that feeling when you touch your tongue to a 9-volt battery, except it's like it's just being held there. Frownie eats 9-volt batteries. Oh. Not gonna lie, I might just leave where the Wizard of Oz starts. Well, lucky for you. There's a very high probability it won't. Of course, I could always beat Jump King, right? And then I'd be forced to play the Wizard of Oz. How horrible would that be? I'm here for Wizard of Oz, Chozo says. Oh no. Oh no. Keep your expectations guarded, Chozo. We'll definitely finish it, but tonight just might not be the night. Since I've finally been setting meaningful new PBs in Jump King, I'm very enthusiastic to stick with it. And try to keep the momentum going. I find it hilarious that Frownie couldn't wait to start Wizard of Oz, and now he's putting it off as hard as possible. I mean, that's kind of the story of a lot of the stuff I play, is it not? Every game's exciting until I find out they're all the same. They're all nightmares. And then I get to the end and it goes on my favorite games list. No. I disagree. The burning from the candy buttons is not 100% gone, but it's finally getting there. My tongue still feels a little tender. Oh, you know, Buddha fingers. Half of one, 6 dozen of the other. Dark Souls 2 last night, by the way. I might spoil it for those who weren't here, but I have to say Dark Souls 2 went excellently last night. It turned out fantastic. Highly victorious. I made major progress, and I have a clear direction ahead of me when I continue tomorrow. That itself, just having a clear direction of where to go next in in a lot of games is even better than making progress sometimes. You're controlling the distance for each jump. That's all you can control. You just, the intensity of your jump is determined by how long you hold the jump button. If you hold it too long, he'll automatically jump at full strength. So you can't just hold it forever. There's a threshold. One moment. Thank you for the coffee, Jelly. She terrified me. I jumped out of my skin when I saw her in the corner of my eye. But, yeah, you can jump left, right, and straight up. And you can't... There's no midair control. All you can control is the intensity. Once you're off the ground, that's it. It's a fixed arc. May all your jumps be successful ones this evening. Thank you, Tommy. Welcome in. We are doing okay. I haven't made it through the tower yet tonight, but it's still real early. Uncle Muscles, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. Progress comes in leaps and bounds. I'd love leaps and bounds of progress. My progress comes more in skips and hops. Hey, Kasari Gama, welcome in. Welcome to Jump King. My progress comes more in trips and flops. How mysterious. The weird thing I have happen with the Twitch app is usually one of the streams I follow will be invisible because another stream is duplicated. There'll be one stream that's live that is listed twice, and it replaces one of the ones that should be there. That's what happens to me in the app. Not in the app. I never use the desktop, so I have no idea what that's like. I only watch Twitch in the app. Yeah, I've heard it's awful, the update. So I haven't updated mine, and don't intend to purposely do it until it's forced upon me, I guess. As will eventually happen. So much is broken since the update. You have the duplicate problem too for quite a while now. There's been a lot of video freezing too. Only fixes the exit and re-enter the stream. Super annoying. My YouTube app is really messed up now. I haven't had any new problems with the Twitch app. The Twitch app has always been weird and buggy, but since I haven't updated it, I don't have any of the ugliness that everyone keeps telling me about yet. But something's gone wrong with YouTube on my device because I have that freezing up all the time. I haven't heard one person say they like the knock. Is that the collaborate feature that they just added and have been pushing? I don't even know what that does. I don't even know what that does. I have no idea what it is with companies just doing things people hate and doubling down on it, Kasarigama says. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a multi-million-dollar company, so... Maybe if I did, I would have the same obscure thinking processes. Yet, Jelly says. That's right. That's right. Still, just once I get that one idea, Frownie Industries is really gonna take off, and then I'll make nothing but products that people hate. The knock feature, people hate it and it's being abused, Kasarigama says. Ah, I see. Well, hopefully that won't happen here. Opt in to knock out. I've yet to see this knock thing, Chozo says. Yeah, Angelus clicked on it when he raided the other night. I think just to test it out, though. But I didn't accept, so... I've not seen what it does. I haven't watched any stream where it's been activated or whatever, so... my guess would be that it's some sort of, like, screen sharing type thing between streamers. Like, you can view two streams on the same screen or something. But, that's not gonna happen. I don't have any intention of, don't have any intention of doing multi-streams like that. It's to hang out before a raid, supposedly. Ah, I see. I've seen your screen once, Buddhafinger says. Yeah, but not on stream. Buddha was gracious. Buddha was gracious enough to save the stream one night by walking me through some tech support. To be fair, you executed the fix. Oh, but I don't think it would have taken me. I won't say I would have never figured it out, but it would have taken me a lot longer. I don't think I have any plans of ever having a collaborative stream. Mostly because I feel like there's a big risk to that of like I feel like there's a big risk to that of your chat becoming like a third wheel. And I really would not want to be guilty of letting that happen in that sort of situation. Very admirably of you, Frownie, to value your audience like that. Well, it's just, I don't know. I've been in streams before where the streamer had, like, other people in voice chat or something like that, and then the, like, text chat gets basically completely ignored. And that's not to say everyone does that, because, like, you know, like, I've watched Gaiden streaming, and, he was playing with his friend Zamore, and I didn't feel like the chat was neglected or anything, but it definitely can be. One situation where I think where I've seen it, it's actually really great to have someone else in voice chat with you when you're streaming. If you play in a really text-heavy game, you can give someone else the job of doing half the reading. That's like that's a temptation. To play an RPG and have someone I can pass the microphone to, so I don't have to read all that text. I can just take a nap while the story happens. I've been to streams like that too. I don't bother watching them anymore, Circling says. Yeah. I mean, I'm not the most active chatter in most of the streams that I hang out in. I tend to say a few things every now and then, but like lurk 90% of the time at least. But you know, when I have a piece of nonsense I want to share, I want the streamer to see it. What's the point of sharing the terrible jokes I come up with in the chat if I can't see the streamer roll their eyes at me? This game really has its ups and downs, Buddha says. You seem to be more active than you used to be? How so? More active in Jump King? More active in chat? In other chats? It varies by chat. It varies from chat to chat. Probably the better I feel like I know the streamer, the more active I get. I don't think it's a conscious, like, it's not like a conscious thing, though. I'm more active here. I've been reading the messages faster than in the past couple weeks. Or reacting faster, I should say. Or my mind is becoming sharper. If I can't actively interact with the streamer, what's even the point, Zergling says, yeah. Frownie's forced to see my nonsense, Kasarigama said. Frownie having to put up with my walls of text has gotten him to become a better chat reader. Confirmed, Choso says. Uh, interactions behind a paywall. Some people stream just to have the footage, Chozo says. Speedrunners, I find, do that a lot. Many of them stuck with no views. They just do it to have video proof. Yeah, and that makes sense. Like, you know, I can see motivations for like I can see motivations for streaming, like where you have a situation where you want to stream but don't really care for like interacting with a chat too much, like speedrunning, like you said, because I think any I think any sort of challenge like that, it's not a bad idea to do it live if you can. Particularly if you're doing it like, you know, sort of like speedrunning is somewhat, you know, is like competitive. Also depends largely on the game and the community around it. Al Kaiser does not interact with his chat at all, Kusarigama says. Find it funny, he gets like 3K plus. I'm crying for you. I have many other forms of entertainment. I don't have to pay someone for their attention, Zergling says. Well, you should have no fears. You should have no fears about our chat becoming subscriber only. Or any such thing. Except, the only scenario I could see that happening is, as a defensive measure against bad actors, and then for only as brief a time as necessary. Hey Arm, welcome in. Welcome to Jump King. If you're just tuning in, you're about an hour late, but don't worry, you didn't miss anything. Because I'm all the way back down where I started an hour ago. As usual. We can only hope he goes on to Oz, Jozo says. There's a looming threat that I may play The Wizard of Oz later on tonight. If I do, here's the thing. The thing about The Wizard of Oz, if I play it, it has to be all dice game. And unless I win the dice game right away, then if I played The Wizard of Oz, that's the thing. It has to be all dice game, and I have to win it right away. Because, like, say I play for 4 hours, and it's 5 a.m., and then I win the dice game, I can't... There's no way to generate a password, and I have to end the stream, and so I have to just throw my win away. A dice game win is only valuable if it happens early enough for me to continue playing and finish 100%ing the game. All in that same sitting. It's a nasty situation. The real hardware lifestyle is fraught with peril. It's a whopping 0.26% chance. Surely you get it in like 5 minutes. I mean, someone has to, statistically, right? I mean, I'm already not that person in like the long view of my time spent with the game, but there has to be someone out there who played it, who got the dice game their first try, and then just went on with their lives like, I don't see what's such a big deal about it. I say that, and the reason that's not true is because not enough people, I'm sure not enough people played that game for it to be true. How many people owned The Wizard of Oz on the Super Nintendo when they were young? This isn't like Aladdin on the Genesis, where everyone who had the console played the game. Fair, I played Aladdin. I picked that one because Aladdin, I believe Aladdin was the 3rd best-selling Genesis game. Which is pretty wild. That's a pretty wild statistic. For what just seems like a random licensed game to be up there at the top. What were the top two? I think Sonic games. I'm not an expert though. I'd like, you'd need to fact check me. It's like, I think it's Sonic 1 and it's Sonic 1 and 2 at the top, but I'm not sure. Sonic 2 for sure, I bet. Yeah, that's the one I'm more sure of. But I wasn't really sure whether it'd be Sonic 1 and 2 or 2 and 3. But I think probably 1 and 2. When I was looking into it, the game had all of one playtester. Odds are good it was that one person who beat the dice game in a not unreasonable amount of time. Oh yeah. I think I made a joke about that too, Raven, while I was playing. I think I said something about the only way this game got released was that the playtester got the dice game first try, and so no one who worked on it realized how awful it is. I think I said pretty much that same thing. Eternal Champions. I don't actually know that game. I'm really fuzzy on the Genesis library. Every Genesis game pretty much every Genesis game I've ever played has been on this stream. And I think we've done a decent amount, but I got a lot of catching up to do with that library. It's a blooper of a fighting game. A blooper. Good eating tonight. Little leftover fried duck, beef fajitas, tall glass of raw milk, Zergling says. We had pork fried rice, Jelly and I. And I think it's pretty good. That's what we're going to be having for the next week and a half. I bought a ton of pork. I love me some fried duck, Raven says. I've never actually had duck. I'd like to try it. I'd like to be a bit more adventurous and try some meats that I've never tried, but I haven't done a good job at creating the opportunity. Hey, you're doing good, Frownie. I was doing alright. Those jumps up there are really rough because if you if I miss, there's two jumps up there where if I miss them, I go basically back down to the beginning of the game. So it's very nerve-wracking passing through that area at the top of this tower. Duck is an acquired taste. I like duck eggs, but not duck meat, Sorigama says. It's like pheasant. I like pheasant, but not their eggs. I have a few foods like that. I really, or I know of a few foods like that. I really like mutton, but apparently that's something of an acquired taste. Because people I know who didn't grow up eating it seem to not be fans in my, at least within the realm of my personal experience. Circling likes both duck meat and eggs. You like not an acquired taste for me at all. I liked it immediately. I don't know if you're referring to duck or mutton. Or both. Duck eggs are awesome for baking, Raven says. Same. Yes. Yes to both. There's so many people I know that don't like duck and pheasant. I don't know. I don't know, because I've never had them, and I don't know if I know anyone personally who has. Like, in my offline life. You hate hummus? I've never tried that. I have had pheasant. It was pleasant. I have had duck. It didn't taste terrible. All yuck. Like Goofy. All right, excuse me for just a moment, my friends. I'm gonna take a very brief BRB. I'll be back with you in just a couple minutes. Thank you, my friends, for standing by a moment. Should be good to go for a while now. I've had chicken. It was mediocre and overall a waste of time, Zergling says. I love chicken. I love chicken. Dark meat chicken does have more flavor, but I do prefer white meat, Kasarigama says. Yeah, I'll eat either, depending. But I prefer the dark meat pieces. Well, I prefer thighs. I don't really like eating drumsticks that much. They're alright, but they're not as good. Oh yeah. Chicken breasts can dry out really easily. They can be tough to do just right. I tend to dry out chicken breasts when I cook them. So scary. Just gotta prepare it the right way. I spatchcock my chickens. Breast comes out so juicy. I need a raincoat to carve it. Raven says, "Yeah, I'm hit and miss with chicken breasts. Like I definitely know it can be done, that you can make them real well. I just don't have the I don't have a perfected sort of. I haven't practiced the cooking of them to perfection. So I tend to get a lot of pretty mediocre chicken breasts when I cook them. If I cook them as like a solid breast, which I don't often do. A lot of times I'll cut them down for fajita or stir fry meat. Yeah, you can, but yeah. It's easy to mess up. I used to think I liked chicken, but it's all a lie. I just like the seasoning on the chicken, Zergling says. Chicken does make a, chicken does make a very good canvas for seasoning. But I'll eat and enjoy fairly plain preparations of chicken. I don't know how I haven't over jumped that. What are the, like 12 jumps I just made right there? I can't believe none of those went over. I have a tendency to overcook my chicken breast, and most people would probably tell me that I undercook my beef, because I like to eat beef on the very rare side. I made it onto that platform by the tiniest pixel. This jump is tough. That one there. So my PB is up in this area. This is the highest environment I've ever seen. So if we could clear this and see the next area, that would be a tremendous win. But, I don't know. I don't know how tall this place is. I feel like I've seen a few screens into it, though. And it can't be infinitely tall, right? No, I didn't think that made it. No. When you go flat, you're doomed. When you go flat, you can't recover. You just fall through everything. Oh. What a shame. So that was, like, basically tied with my PB. That jump that killed me, I think I have made that jump. So, technically one jump shorter than what I think my PB is. I don't remember exactly. I've been under a lot of stress every time I go in that area. I don't think very clearly. But I think the highest I've reached is one jump above where we just fell from. So not bad, not bad. Virtually tied our PB. Oh, yuck. It's all the way down now. Oh, I haven't checked in a while. Have we passed the 100-hour mark yet, I wonder? Oh, we're an hour away. If I want to stay sub one... sorry, did I say 1 hour? Yeah, 100 hour. If I want to stay sub 100 hour, I've got to clear this in 58 minutes. 100 hours, here we come. Frownie's definitely got this sub 100 hour thing in the bag. Not. It's in the bag, alright. But the drawstring is tied with a knot, and I can't get it out. That sounded cleverer to me before I said it. I think we all agree Frownie will win someday. Oh, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. I'll either die or I'll win. I'll never give up. Remember, it's in my best interest to not win tonight. If I win tonight, I have to play the Wizard of Oz, so it's in my best interest to not win. That day could simply be in the year 2030. How old would the stream be in the year 2030? 9 years old, I think? We started in 2021? Why not 2031? I can win Jump King for the 10-year stream anniversary. Oh. Such a long way to the top. I've made so many successful jumps now in a row, and I don't feel any closer. No. Thought I'd overshot that one. Oh, I overshot this one. There's a part in the movie, I think it's John Wick 2, where John Wick's car has been comically beaten up. It's like demolition derby levels of destroyed, and he shows it to his mechanic, John Leguizamo, and John Leguizamo tells him, "Yeah, I can fix it. I'll have it done by Christmas 2030. And I think about that joke because the thing is, as that movie ages, with every year that passes, John Leguizamo becomes a better mechanic. That film is evolving in real time. Which is actually the way it should work in real life, right? Every year that passes, you should become better at your trade. Think of how bad I was at Jump King just 2 years ago. And then consider that this is better. Allegedly. I use these Rainforest Cafe mugs a lot on the stream. And just to be clear, I've never been to a Rainforest Cafe. Don't even really know what it is. I bought these mugs at the Goodwill. Rainforest Cafe? Haven't heard that name in forever. Well, that's bad. That's real bad. Down we go. Now look at the time. It's bog o'clock. Hey, cows, welcome in. I was just thinking about you, cows. Glad to have you with us. Hope you've had a good day today. I was thinking to myself, I was like, I guess we're not going to see cows tonight. I've been streaming a long time and no cows yet. And then I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. I've been starting the stream wicked early lately. It is in fact not 2 a.m. We've had a good thing going here. I haven't had a stream start later than 10:30 in 2 weeks, and that was actually just Monday of last week was 10:30. It has consistently been 10 o'clock. It has consistently been 10 o'clock ever since. That streak is definitely gonna be broken, but hopefully not before this becomes, like, normal. Can't blame me for being late if you start early, Cal says. Well, I would never blame anyone. Never blame anyone for being late, right? Chat members are like wizards. They arrive precisely when they mean to. Frownie brain blames me for everything, so I don't know about that, because sorry, Gama says. It's the exception that proves the rule, right? Oops. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Oh, no. I've still got 30 minutes to make sub 100 hours. Well, not quite 30, but just under. Let's go. Let's make it happen. I blame the bot for that one. I blame me for that one. So enraptured trying to figure out where we were. Oh, nowhere good, cows. I'm nowhere good. I don't know. Have you? I don't know. Have you seen the volcano area that we reached up at the top of the map? Above the frozen waterfalls? I don't remember if we did that before your last travel or not. Haven't seen that bit yet. That's where our PB currently is. There's a place up at the top. It looks like a volcano. It's got these quicksand platforms. Hopefully I'll get back there tonight. It's really gnarly, but that's why I have a little bit of a renewed spirit for Jump King again, because I finally found a new area after months and months and months of hanging out in that waterfall zone. It seems like the jumps in the new area are not very difficult in and of themselves, but the gimmick of the area is very difficult. If you were playing this, by the way, anyone out there, if you were playing this and you did not discover the snake ring or figure out what it did, whenever you're down here in the bog without the snake ring, look, you can't walk. I'm holding the D-pad, but I can't move. You have to reposition yourself by doing little hops everywhere. And so then to get in a particular position, it's really tough, because like here I want to move to the left to make sure I can make that jump, but there's no way to do it, right? The snake ring is invaluable, because it lets you move around down here when you'd otherwise be frozen. That is probably the best discovery I made in the entire playthrough. It seemed like I was getting trolled when I discovered the snake ring, because you have to go pretty painfully out of your way to even collect it, and it's not obvious what it's useful for when you get it. But oh my goodness. It has been a lifesaver. Oh yeah. If there's one thing the tables are gonna do, they're gonna turn. You see, the thing is, when I finally do beat the game, I want it to be on a night where I've fallen all the way down to the beginning, so that I can lie about how long it took me to get to the top. So we can ignore all those hundreds of hours I spent on the previous nights and just start the timer from from when I most recently fell to the bottom. And say, yeah, I won't say I can't say I beat the game in that time, but I can say I made it to the top in that time. And if I word it very carefully, I'll sound a lot more impressive than I actually am. Bog standard Frownie. Oh my! I went over the edge. I forgot that was even a possibility. All right, restart the clock. Here we go. This is the one. Thank you for the bombs. We restart the clock. Here we go. This is the one. Plot twist. That guy down at the bottom was the babe all along. I thought he was the Boggle champion. The Wizard of Bog. Oh my goodness! I've been repeating the entire bog so many times. Restart the clock. Here we go. This is the one. Ah, I can breathe again. Life is real bad. Life is real bad. Oh. You see, the thing is, I said that we would play the Wizard of Oz if Jump King started to feel hopeless, completely hopeless and pointless, but like the thing is, there's sort of a middle area where like things are so bad right now I can't possibly quit. I can only quit if I'm struggling in the same area up top. Now that I'm down here, there's no way I can call it a night. I can never stop playing this game while I'm below the cats. Doesn't Jump King always feel hopeless and pointless? It sure tries its best. It sure tries its best to. There are times where I fall for its illusions. That hurts. It always hurts to miss that in particular. Because it's so... It doesn't seem like it should be possible. It's one of those jumps where it doesn't seem like it should be possible to miss in that particular way. But it is. Someone should arrest you for that massive felony. Not bad, not bad. think that was the smart move. I think I lose more height trying to salvage that. Like that. That's the amount of height I would have lost if I'd tried to salvage the other situation. Why? It's not how that's supposed to go. No, I made it and I walked off. I'm the worst. Crumple me up and throw me in the trash. What? I lay my head on that. That never happens. Oh my goodness. It's really going to be just 4 more hours of this and then the end of the stream. I'll make it back up to the cat, so the minute to spare. We can do the wheel. We'll do that in a few minutes. Buddha fingers. Oh, thank goodness. All right, let's see what we get. Candy buttons. Look at that. The wheel is very weird, right? It loves landing on the same things, like, over and over again. It's like it has a mind of its own. So these are super spicy cinnamon candy buttons. This is our next to last dose of them. They come in rows of 3. So 3 at a time. I like to really break them up. So I'm sure they have like the maximum time to sink in and get me. Ah. I did briefly consider. I almost suggested that I would take the final 6 all at once, since we were down to just 2 rows left. I'm glad I didn't. They're not as bad the second time around. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not good, but I already had tonight a reminder of what it was going to feel like. My eye is watering. Hey, Mile High Roll, welcome in. Oh, hope you're doing well. Do you detect that those buttons are any hotter than the last? No, they actually seem like not as bad when I'm a little inoculated by having them earlier. They, I don't think they're designed to get hotter a row at a time. I think they only get hotter in the 3 separate zones. But I don't know, because they did, like... The color was a gradient. It wasn't 3 distinct shades. It was a gradient all the way up. So maybe they are supposed to. But it's minute, the differences, if they do, to where I can't really tell within the same zone. I can't really tell them changing much in heat level. I'm back to having a 2-digit account balance. Oh my. I was wondering if there was yeah, it would have been nice. It would have been nice if there was a grand finale. Hey, Tip, welcome in. And Derek Ocean, welcome in. Thank you both for joining us. Spicy indeed. Spicy indeed. The brand that makes these is called Life is Sweet Brands. I never noticed that before. Not that there's anything special about that. It's just, it's an appropriate name for a candy. Company. Who made the sunflower seeds? I don't remember. Those were called Solar Flare sunflower seeds, though. If you wanted to look them up. I don't remember the manufacturer. We're back up here for a while. Just got done watching The Crow, City of Angels, and Wicked Prayer. Wanted to watch the sequels before the new one. I've seen all 4 now, Derek says. I have not seen any of them. Hopefully you had a good time. New Crow looks pretty good, actually, Tip says. Yeah, I haven't looked into it. I did see a banner ad for it. It's supposed to release tomorrow, right? I saw the new Alien, thought it was a treat. That seems to have been getting pretty favorable reviews from most of the people that have shared their thoughts. City of Angels is decent. The original is the best. Wish they'd not cut the movie down. Wicked Prayer is bad, but funny. Yeah, the description in the Buddha Fingers as I found them. Yeah, the description of the heat levels is hilarious. Global extinction is the final level. That's what it felt like. That's what it felt like. It felt like the end of the world. Derek's still yet to see the new Alien. Heard mixed reviews about the new Crow, but gonna give it a chance. Hopefully, hopefully it'll be to your liking. I heard that movie is for the birds, Buddha says. I like that. Crow Salvation is my second favorite. It's pretty good, actually, Derek says. There's a TV series as well? I don't think I knew that. Can't find it streaming anywhere. That's surprising. Well, maybe not surprising. Just figure like when a new movie is gonna come out, the old media, someone would want to be showing it somewhere. Yeah, sometimes you can find stuff like that on YouTube. No. No. Yeah, basically I'm playing Jump King to avoid the Wizard of Oz. That's the correct life path to choose, Cal says. I don't regret my decision. It's funny because I've got like 5 games in my current lineup. And among everything that we're playing right now, Dark Souls 2 is the least brutal and miserable of the experiences. The way my gaming schedule looks right now, Dark Souls 2 is the game I'm playing to relax. That's the most Frownie statement I've ever heard, Cow says. That's my chill game. I don't think Dark Souls is supposed to be miserable. I thought it was supposed to pose a serious challenge. Yeah, I mean, I didn't ever feel like Dark Souls 1 was particularly miserable. Not that I recall, anyway. But, you know, it gets talked about, like, those games get talked about like they're the most impossible soul-crushing things out there. They're not really, but at least, you know, not of what I've experienced of them so far. Maybe I'm looking at it wrong. I think it rewards you as much as punishing. No, I think that, I think that Dark Souls 1 was, like, very satisfyingly challenging. Where it gave me a lot of, like, walls that were difficult to break through, but I never felt like I was, like, so miserable I was gonna have to give up. It always seemed doable. You know, and Dark Souls 2 has pretty much been like that as well. I mean, I will sometimes rant hyperbolically about how impossible it is, but I think my actions betray my real feelings. I think it gets the reputation because a lot of people quit and move on. Yeah. Yeah. I think that is probably pretty accurate. It's miserable because people are not used to the series get punished. Well, get punished. Well, or maybe, you know, not used to those types of games. Not used to like, you know, real high challenge sorts of games. That don't that don't hold your hands. But, I mean, there's a lot, you know. The thing is, like, Dark Souls is, like, it has RPG elements. So there's a ton of stuff that you can do to mitigate its challenges. So like, even sort of just like playing it blind and on your own, you definitely have a lot of opportunity for avoiding a lot of challenge in that game. Because you always have a degree to which you can just kind of go and overpower your character a lot, right? Which, if you're like me, might happen just sort of naturally. Because of your inability to make progress and or find your way. Went back to Dark Souls 2 because of Frownie, and I'm just laughing at how easy it is compared to the others in the series because of my skill level is just so high now. I'd like to feel like that someday. Want to hear a crazy fact about the Crow City of Angels? I watched a YouTube video on it. The original runtime was 2 hours and 40 minutes, Derek says. The final version, they cut out about an hour and 20 minutes. So they basically cut it in half. Wow. They could have released all the cut footage as a second movie. I would be interested to see Frownie return to Dark Souls 1 now, because before you tried to crossbow your way out of fights and or hid in a polygon seam. What do you mean crossbow my way out of fights? Could it not be argued that the reliance on the crossbow made my life more difficult? The thing is, Buddha Fingers, I would really like to go back to Dark Souls 1 at some point to loop back to it. I was thinking about doing a second run before moving on, but you know, I've chewed on that a lot, and it's not what I ended up doing. But I would like to at some point. I will hopefully, if I and the stream live long enough, I will do a second Dark Souls 1 playthrough, and I will probably open the door to a little bit of help, because I really want to find the DLC content, and I don't think I'll be able to do it on my own. So I will consider eventually letting people maybe guide me toward the DLC if I come up to the end of the game and don't seem to be able to find it. But the thing about that is I really don't think I will change my ways. The boss that I defeated last night, my plan was to go crossbow route on the second boss that I defeated last night. So, you know. More like crossbow his way into fight, Scout says. I'm not really different from the man I was during my Dark Souls 1 playthrough. Dark Souls 1 was all about shield, axe, and crossbow, and that's exactly what I have equipped right now in Dark Souls 2. My thoughts are that you have improved since Dark Souls 1, but maybe I've given you too much credit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I might be more efficient at I might in some ways be slightly more efficient in doing the same thing, but I really don't think I've changed very much. And I think when I go back to Dark Souls 1, I probably won't really change my playstyle too much. Unless, here's one thing that will be different, is if I do another Dark Souls 1 run, now I'm gonna have to start with the deprived class, if that's an option, which I expect it will be. Because now that I've opened that can of worms, I now feel perpetually obligated to that class. So hypothetically, I could start a Dark Souls 1 playthrough, choose deprived, fail to find an axe, and be forced to learn a new weapon. And perhaps that would inspire, you know, a broadening of my horizons. I guess that's possible. I find it funny Frownie refuses to dodge at all, but it's his playstyle. Yeah. The Wizard of Oz... So, Derek, the Wizard of Oz has passwords, but only at very specific parts in the game. And the place where I've been for the longest time now is after all the passwords. So, any progress I make is gone if I don't finish the game in the same night. So, the answer to your question is technically yes, but for me, really, no. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, Cal says. Oh. I don't know. I don't just... I don't know what's wrong with me. It's like when I play this for a certain length of time, my, like, sense of internal timing gets really broken. Worst part about Crow 4 was Edward Furlong as the Crow. I don't recognize that name. He was not a good choice. I will take your word for it, Derek. He's John Connor in Terminator 2. I guess I don't have any strong feelings about his acting abilities either way. I've managed to achieve Frownie levels of media unawareness when it comes to the Crow. Is it a horror, Cal says? I think so. kind of like Batman, to be honest. He was at the fan expo you went to last week. It's based off a graphic novel. It's very gothic and sad. Oh, I thought I missed that. Still feel my sense of timing is all off. It's going to be a real miracle to do anything worthwhile. Yeah, I couldn't have told you it started as a comic. No, what am I doing? Oh, fortunately, I didn't pay for that. No. Finger says, I don't really remember the sequels, but the original was super good. It's all over media for the tragedy that ensued. Yeah, it was Bruce Lee's son, right? Died while they were filming. Brandon Lee. Ugh. Guy who wrote the comic, his wife died in a car accident because of a drunk driver. Awful. It's a sad story, and then the movie has another tragedy. How crazy. That's the plan, Derek. That's not a what if. That's a plan. That's the plan. The plan is to play Jump King all night and to show the Wizard of Oz the disrespect it deserves. Boo, the Wizard of Oz is great. Hey, Lord Malachite, welcome in. The movie, yes. The book, maybe. The game, absolutely must disagree. Sounds like a plan. I mean, hey, I could always beat Jump King, and then I'll be forced to play the Wizard of Oz. You know? If such is my destiny, then who would I be to complain, right? A bad game actually has you at your limit. Kind of. I mean, I'm not gonna quit. Don't don't misread the situation that much. We will definitely play it again, but whether or not tonight's the night, I'm hoping not. Confirmed. Frownie said quit. Frownie, to his credit, has quit very few games, and mostly due to interest rather than difficulty. I like to think that's pretty fair. I too rarely quit a game, Malachite says. I really don't like to abandon a game on the stream. But yeah, it has happened a few times. I was actually just kind of thinking, it's funny because right before Buddha said that, I was kind of thinking, what if I said next year? What if I said next year, like starting in February? Assuming we're still streaming, you know, regularly enough. What if I made the time to sit down, look at the stream archive, figure out every game I've played that I haven't finished, and play nothing but those. Bring them all back, play nothing but those games until I finish every one of them. It's not like there would be a huge number of games, but they would be an awful slog. They would be an awful slog. Because, yeah, it'd be stuff that I am really disinterested in. And some of them I think are very long endeavors. But yeah, most of them not difficult, just stuff that because like I'm thinking about stuff that we played that I never intended to finish, like during that brief time where I was doing viewer selected games and we were trying to sample stuff, like finish all those too. But some of that stuff's really not to my taste. And I can play stuff that's not to my taste sometimes, you know. Like I like to branch out to a degree, but I've already sampled these and seen how I don't feel like they're for me. Oh, and Fish Story. Yeah, Fish Story I guess I did abandon because of difficulty. This is what I mean when I said Frownie has to read my nonsense, because Origami says. I missed another. I can see it now. The final screen. The babe is in sight. Frownie leaps off the screen to avoid the fate of Oz. Dino Crisis 3, Jack and Daxter, The Lost Frontier. Those are two I recall quitting off the top of my head. Hey, Christian, cool. Thank you for the lurk. Yeah, I can only think of Wonderful 101 and Them's Fighting Herds. Yeah, both of those. I was struggling to get into those games. There were things I liked about each of them, but I was struggling to really get into them, and the chat didn't really seem to care about either of them, so... Yeah, we put both of those aside. There's some other things. Dragon Warrior Monsters, Harvest Moon 64. Both of those kind of died because of disinterest. Oh yeah, the Beetlejuice Fanta. I had to double check. I had to double check to see what flavor that was. Apparently green apple. We had Frownie to play Street Fighter 2 on Super Nintendo. I've actually played a bit of that, like, at different points in my life. Never on the stream. Work out all the moves without looking them up. Well, I know the standard, like, fighting game stuff is like half circle forward punch, quarter circle back kick. Like, you just kind of experiment with, basically just experiment with rotating the D-pad and punching, and you can get a few moves. Like, I know that kind of standard stuff, even though I don't like fighting games. And, like, I know that, like, you know, you can button mash for, like, Chun-Li and E-Honda to get them to, like, spam attacks, and Blanca, too, right? The electricity is a button mash move. So I know a bit about it. That's when my cousin had Street Fighter as a kid, and I would play that with him sometimes, even though I wasn't super into it. Like, it was fun. It was fun to play every now and then. So yeah, I know a bit of Street Fighter too. I was into Street Fighter 4 kind of for a while as well, just because it was one of those things where all my coworkers were playing it. So I kind of had to be into it too. We didn't really care about Austin Powers, but that didn't stop you. If I am losing my interest in a game, but the chat isn't, I can find motivation to keep going. You know, I can pull motivation from the chat to keep going with the game that disinterests me. If the chat is disinterested in a game, but I have become fixated on it, I mean, heaven help you, chat. I could live if you never finished Evil Knievel. At the rate I'm going, I bet just may never finish it, eh? I'm trending in that direction. Jack and Daxter on PlayStation 2 is an amazing game. I want to play those someday. I have I have like 4 or 5 Jack and Daxter games. Same with Ratchet and Clank. And I've never played anything from either series and know very little about them. I think of those two together though, because they're both PlayStation titles, and they're like their titles are X and Y, like two characters. So I associate Jack and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank very intimately together in my mind. There's something that's that's on my mind that I want to do, but I don't know. They're like I guess they're like they're like Spyro. It's something that or yeah, like Spyro. It's one of those things that I always know I want to get to, but who knows when I will. I still got a whole bunch of PlayStation 1 games I'm hoping to get through still this year. I still want to do Crash Bandicoot and Croc and Tomb Raider, and we'll see if any of those happen. I want to do Legacy of Darkness on the Nintendo 64. That's one that's like heavy on my mind. I have a feeling you'd like those very much. Jack and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank. Yeah, I would hope. They seem like, from what little I know, they seem like they could be my thing. I'm basing my assumption on the idea that you liked Bubsy 3D, so how could you not like actual good games? uh... Bubsy 3D was a lot of fun. I should have hated Bubsy 3D too. I was fully primed to absolutely hate Bubsy 3D because I was so miserable from Bubsy 1 and 2. I was not in a space where I was prepared to like a Bubsy game. I would have liked to have hated Bubsy 3D just out of pure spite. Just out of pure spite for how like vengeful I felt after Bubsy 1 and 2. We're only halfway through the stream right now, by the way, so we still have plenty of time. We still have plenty of time. I could beat this and move on to the Wizard of Oz. I'm just saying, Jump King. If you wanted to let me win, you'd get your revenge. If it lets you win, you should go on to Dark Souls 2. I mean, that would be fantastic, Chozo, but I don't want to play... I don't want to play Dark Souls 2 unannounced. Just on the, you know... I feel like that's something that there is a lot of enthusiasm for, and it's like, it's kind of inconsiderate of me with a game with a high level of enthusiasm like that to announce it's these particular days and then not stick to it. With most things, like, you know, with most things, it's like the schedule is just kind of whatever. I just do whatever I want whenever I feel like it. But that's a game that there's been a lot of enthusiasm for, a lot of like looking forward to. So I treat it just a little differently. And then start Dark Souls 3. No one will mind at all. You're enjoying Dark Souls 2 too much, not punishing enough? I'm having fun with Dark Souls 2. So far, it's great. I don't have any complaints. Alright, my one big complaint about Dark Souls 2 is the NPCs are too talky. That's all I'm really upset about with the game. They're too talky, and everybody talks so slowly. All the dialogue in Dark Souls 2 is delivered in this just crawl. This is a super slow, flat cadence. I guess I wouldn't mind that so much, but everyone has so much to say. It's like, it takes forever to talk to anybody. And like, I get it's a bleak and dreary world, but like, or it's supposed to be. I don't feel that way. I'm having fun. I don't feel bleak and dreary just exploring Dark Souls. I'm finding secrets. I'm fighting monsters. What do I have to complain about? And actually, you know what? On the topic of fighting monsters, there really aren't a whole lot of monsters in Dark Souls. In Dark Souls 2. There's like the Spider-Man in the pirate village. And there's the guys with the low-hanging stomachs. And I mean, that's kind of it. Like, everyone else is just like regular dudes and big dudes in armor and dogs, and even the bosses. Even the bosses are just big dudes in armor. Alright, every single except the giant. The giant's the only boss I fought that's not just a dude in armor. So I guess I could use some more monsters. No. I disagree. Oh, it's brutal. That's gonna... Oh, I thought that was gonna miss for sure. No, I disagree. Oh, hey, welcome in, Raiders. Thank you for joining us tonight. Welcome to Jump King. Shoots Wolf, very much appreciate the raid. Dark Souls 2, I hope that's treating you, well. Thank you, Chozo, for shouting out our friend. I don't want to hear too much about it because I'm playing Dark Souls 2 as well, and you're probably quite a bit further along than I am. So I hope it's going really well for you. But I can't hear any can't hear any specifics because I need to stay blind. But I'm enjoying my playthrough of it. Spoiler, I died a bunch. It was a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm really liking Dark Souls 2. Um, yep, I die a whole bunch, that is for sure. But whenever I make progress or find a secret or a boss, it's so exciting. And yeah, I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I'm glad you're having fun. Oh yeah, I wouldn't expect that you would. I wouldn't expect that you would spoil me, but it's just always gotta be cautious. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. I don't even watch a trailer for a game I want to play. We are cut from the same cloth, you and I. That's that is 100%. Like whenever a new Nintendo, so I'm a big Nintendo fan, right? And so whenever like a new Nintendo Direct comes out, people are always like excited to talk about it. And they come into the chat and they ask me, did I see it? I'm like, no, because I don't watch them because they're full of trailers. uh, yeah, I stopped watching trailers a long time ago. If it's something if it's something I know, it's something I know that I want, like that I'm gonna want to play, or I have some idea of what I think it is already. If I see a title and I have no clue what it is, gotta watch sometimes just enough to figure out. Tonight we're playing Jump King, and theoretically I might also play The Wizard of Oz, but I'm trying not to. If I beat Jump King tonight, then I will play Wizard of Oz with the leftover time, but I think it's pretty safe to assume that beating Jump King is not going to happen. I've been really wanting to play this game for massive amounts of time lately, just because, like, last week, was it? I think it was last week, or maybe the end of the week before, I set a new PB and it's in a new area. And, like, seeing a new area for the first time in months, like, has reawoken my Jump King hunger. And so, like, I've been giving it these massive play sessions in the hope that I can keep progress rolling, but that's not exactly how it's working out. The new area of Jump King itch, Cow says. It's real, it's real. It's a real thing. No, I disagree. Alright, here we go. This is the new area. It's full of quicksand. If I sink through the platform, that's it. I'm done for. It is the most stressful. It is the most stressful area in all of Jump King so far. Aw. And when you fall flat, that's it. You can never recover on the quicksand platforms. You just go through. And look at how far you go down. It's designed, you make this same fall every time. It always funnels you to that same particular platform. It is brutal. You took the word out of my mouth, Gauss. Yeah, I like that area up though. It's that area up there. Like, I like the music, and it has a really intense vibe. I keep comparing it to Doom. This area is physically dangerous for me because the intensity of this area makes me hold my breath a lot. If I struggle in one of these quicksand pits long enough, I might actually pass out. Don't forget to breathe. I can't remember I'm not a fish. I don't know where the instinct for holding my breath in stressful video game situations comes from. I don't know how less oxygen is supposed to help. It's supposed to help me think and react. I should start working on new bog jokes right about now, Buddha says. No, 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 no. I disagree. The fact that you can't recover from the quicksand is so evil, is it not? Oh my goodness. Hey, Stream Kyle, welcome in. Do you think if hell exists, it'll just be Jump King? I can think of a lot worse things than Jump King. Jump King can be outright heavenly at times. Lemon drop elimination is Buddhafinger's vote. I mean, the Wizard of Oz is so bad, I'm playing Jump King to avoid it. Sounds like a good time to me, Cal says. That's the luckiest I've ever been in this area. Oh no. And then that happened. When Lemon dropped 3 times in a row. No. Jumping over that is not acceptable. There's a bird frozen in this waterfall on the left. Well, you can't see it now. There's a bird frozen in the waterfall to the left, and that bird looks very much like the ones that we use for platforms in the area up above. I don't have a point to make about it, it's just a weird little thing. I mean, it's not that weird that it would be there, but I don't know. The whole place is odd. I mean, using birds for platforms is odd. Hey, thank you for the watch streak, stream Kyle. Very much appreciate 3 in a row. Oh, cool. Well, we get to go back down to the tower now. It was fun while it lasted. We stayed up there for a bit, but it never goes on quite long enough. All right, let's take another quick BRB, my friends. I'm going to step away for a moment. I'll see you in just a couple minutes.